What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Sanctuary of Satisfaction. It's that time of the year again where people are going to be going out all day, coming home drunk with dead birds. That's right, it's quail season. So I'm going to give you guys a recipe for my quail poppers. Stick around. I'm TD. This is TD's Brewing Barbecue. Hopefully everybody had a successful day out hunting. We've already got some quail here. Got about 5 quail in here, and what I've done is I've actually brined them. They've already been cleaned and defeathered. I didn't breast them yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you right now how I do it. But I seasoned it with carne sutra, and then I filled it with cold water, and they've been sitting in this brine for about 2 days. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove them. You can see these guys look really good. So I'm going to remove them, and then I'm going to start to de-breast them, so that way we can get them rolling. Now I'm going to use my Drip Easy drip pan here for the quail, so that way any water will run off into the Drip Easy pan. It's also a cutting board, so this is going to work out pretty great. I'm just going to go ahead and dry it up just a little bit using a paper towel. Now I know that it is easier to breast them without before you finish cleaning them, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull it off, and I'm just going to cut it right there. And I'm not going to use, I don't like to come on, you got to cut that wing off. I don't normally like to waste any part of any game animal. However, right now on a quail, you really only have the breast meat, which is about the only meat that you can really get anything off of. The legs are usually a little small unless you're cooking the whole quail, but I like to go ahead and breast my quails. Of course, when you're cleaning them, it's easier to stick your thumb in the cavity. You'll have the wings pulled back, then you can just pull it right off. There's the body, and then you can cut the rest of the carcass off. Like I said, I do know it is a little easier to do when you have the quails, when you're cleaning them, but however, we didn't breast these quail when we were cleaning them. We just cleaned them so we could get them ready. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to take my fillet knife, and I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to run it underneath on the quail, inside where the breastbone is. Similar to like if you were going to spatchcock a chicken. I like to separate all of the meat from the bone without actually tearing the meat. This is a little tedious here. You can keep the bones in it, you can grill them up, but for our thigh poppers, they're going to be a different way. So as you can see, I've gotten almost all the meat off of the breastbone here, and it's all going to come off in one piece. If you need to, you can take your knife, just take your thumb and separate it from the breastbone. And if you have any pieces left over, say like the wishbone, see these are your tenderloins. I try to keep them as intact as I can, but if not, I normally remove them and I'll put them in a, we'll use them again here, something else, because you got your whole breast right here. So just find one of the sides, hold it by the bone, oops, doesn't break, and just tear it up, cut off the other side. And then the same thing, move that out of the way. Same thing over here. Run right down on that wishbone. So as you can see, now I got the breast. Then I have the little tenderloins, which are pretty small, but these are going to go great with our quail poppers. At this time, you could probably kind of feel around and just double check and make sure you don't have any shot left in there. You don't want anyone breaking a tooth. This is part of the reason why I brine them for so long, just to make sure that they're going to be nice and clean. So the tenderloins are going to go over here. and here are our breasts. So I'm going to put the breasts back in the brine while I finish the breast and the tenderloins back in the brine while I finish breasting the rest of the birds. One of the things I like most about using my Drip Easy pan here is that it is a cutting board. You can actually fill it with meat that you can marinate. But this is the part that I like the most. Like I said, it is a cutting board. And you have all this space here that you can just wipe things off into the sides of your cutting board because it comes inside here. So then you can clean it out when you get ready to go throw in the trash or anything like that. You can just get it out of your way. And now we got a nice clean cutting board. Start off here. Let me get some of my, let me get my bacon open. Now, one thing that I like to say a lot, like this bacon is not straight out of the fridge. This bacon is probably room temperature. It's been setting out for about 20 minutes. So what I like about bacon that's been at room temperature for probably about 10 or 15 minutes or something like that is it is super easy to work with. I must have missed the opening of the bag. There we go. It is super easy to work with. So I'm going to take the whole slab out. Now notice I opened it from the back. I opened up the bacon from the back. I personally, it's a personal thing. I think that if you, on the back side of the bacon, it's the first part that goes down when it's sliced. So I think the back part of the bacon actually comes off a lot easier than the front part. And you'll see here when I tell you what I mean. So I threw a couple chunks of pineapple up here, and they're just right out of the can, they're a chunk. And so I'm gonna go ahead and slice it right down the middle and make them still a chunk, but a little bit thinner. So I'm gonna take my jalapeno stick and I'm gonna cut it in half. So now I'm gonna take the jalapeno, there's not much in there, it is a lot of work, but God, these things are so amazing. I'm gonna put the jalapeno in there with the pineapple. And now we're gonna kinda roll it up. You can see there. And I like to use one whole piece of bacon. Now make sure that when you use it, you're gonna grab it from the small part. The small part of the bacon is so much easier to start with because it is the softest. And so I'm gonna wrap this all the way around. Like I said, one whole piece of bacon. And it's gonna end up looking just like that. So I'm gonna do that to the rest of them, and then we're gonna put them on the grill, so I'll be right back. Filets here ready, they're already wrapped with bacon, they're stuffed with pineapple and some jalapeno, and you're probably wondering what we were gonna do with the tenderloins. So what I have is I have the tenderloins here. It may be kind of hard to see with these in the way, but I got the tenderloins here, I got them on a piece of bacon. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a pineapple or two in there, and these are just stacked on top of there with a little bit of the jalapeno, slice of jalapeno in there, and then I'm gonna wrap those as well. Now these ones are gonna be kind of tricky because you're gonna have to flip it over. And voila, now we have one extra. All right, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna fire up the Rectech Bullseye. I'm gonna set it to about 235 degrees, 250 degrees, and I'm probably about 45 minutes to an hour, just enough, long enough for the bacon to get done. And now, since there is a lot of bacon on here, I want the bacon to get through. Don't worry, you won't dry them out. You won't dry them out very much at all with the brine and the bacon and with the pineapple inside. You're just going to heat it up. The breast is going to be nice and juicy, and it's not going to dry out. But you want to make sure that that bacon is cooked all the way through, so you're going to get a really nice bite-through texture. So I'm going to go throw them on the grill, and we'll be right back. So I got my quail poppers plated up here. We're heating up the Rectech Bullseye over there. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna season them with the TD's Brew and Barbecue Habanero Honey Mango seasoning. Be careful if you're out in the wind like it is right now, because this habanero seasoning will become airborne and it will get in your face. And you're going to put these on and you want to let them set for about 15 to 20 minutes with the Habanero Honey Mango seasoning on them, because it does have a granulated honey in the seasoning. And with that granulated honey, what happens is it's going to caramelize a little bit on our bacon and kind of candy it. So we're not only going to have some heat from these guys, we're also going to have that real sweet and juicy taste with the pineapple and the quail and the bacon. It's going to be phenomenal. I love these things, and this is basically how I do the breasts all the time. We've done it other ways, but this is how I personally like to do it. I spend the time to get the kill, so we might as well spend the time to take care of the bird. It's super windy out on the pyro patio here in the Sanctuary Satisfaction, so I got almost all the doors closed right now. I did make a mistake and tell you guys that I was gonna cook them at 225 to 250. I apologize, it's 300. I'm gonna cook them until the bacon's done, so I just got them on a couple minutes ago, so I'm gonna run out here. I'm gonna show you a quick idea of what we're looking at here. See those guys? We're gonna let them go until that bacon gets done. So they're on here right now, and we're sitting at 300 degrees. So we'll be right back. All right, it's still super windy out here, so I'm gonna give you guys a quick look, and then we're gonna baste them with none other than the atomic pineapple, of course. So watch this. Here's a quick shot of how they're looking. Bacon's looking done. You're getting a little bit of the crispiness right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna baste them real quick. It's super dark out here, super windy. You can look at, you see that pineapple on those Quail Poppers? That's none other than the atomic pineapple. We'll give them about 10 more minutes, and then we're gonna plate them up, and we're gonna smash these bad boys. And we're back, and I want to apologize in advance for the 60-mile-an-hour winds that we're experiencing here in southeast New Mexico, but it's kind of normal for us. So I've got them plated up. We basted them with the atomic pineapple. So now I got them plated up, and I'm going to go ahead and start chowing down. I'm going to grab me a beer first. So I'm going to take one of these bad boys, and I'm just gonna go ahead, and I know exactly which one is the one with the tenderloins in it, but that's not the one I'm gonna cut open right now. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut one open. This guy is looking like he's just ready. Oh man. Normally I don't do this, but I'm gonna walk around and I'm gonna give an extreme close-up, just so you guys can see that. Look at this. See that there? You see the jalapeno, the pineapple, the quail, the bacon, and you can even see the pineapple on the sauce. Oh, this thing's gonna be excellent. So let's see how it goes. You can even actually see a little bit of where the smoke ring and stuff on there. Oh, let's see. Man, absolutely phenomenal. I'm getting the sweetness from the pineapple, not only from the atomic pineapple, but from the chunk of pineapple we put in there. I'm getting a jalapeno taste. I'm not getting really any heat from it because I removed all the seeds and the placenta from it. But the habanero honey mango and the atomic pineapple combined together are giving me some really good heat right now. And shoot, man, I can't wait to finish eating these guys. So this whole plate is mine because no one else in my family is going to eat quail. But so I got these here, and I'm gonna be smashing these Quail Poppers all night. I got my beer over here. And the heat from the atomic pineapple and the habanero honey mango is kind of creeping up on me. This thing is excellent. You guys enjoy. Thanks for watching. I'm TD. This is TD's Brew and Barbecue, where it's not just life-changing, it's also lunch-changing. Thanks for watching. They're so good.